Good morning. It's currently 2:10 a.m. and this is my final video. For our final paper in 1 and 2, our argument paper, I decided to do a paper about DNA research. The topic of DNA research and genetics kind of go hand in hand. I talk about the benefits of DNA research and how it can help us. In my paper, I discuss the discoveries that have been made in the fields of genetic diseases and mutations. I also talk about the diagnoses, and treatments for those diseases, and the new information that we have learned about the history of humans and what lies ahead for humans. I chose this topic because I think just like a day before we had to pick our topics, my mom showed me an article about how scientists have started altering genes and discovering new genes that lead to autism and other mutations. So I just became very interested in the topic, and I think I've always found it pretty interesting and what we can do with said information. For this argument paper, I decided to argue that further research of DNA is crucial to the future because it yields new discoveries of genetic diseases and mutations, better diagnoses and treatments for diseases, and new information about the history and future of humans. By the way, this is my 50-ounce water bottle. Alrighty, and for my sources, I think I used 7. They were all websites, but I used, I think, 2 or 3 that really discuss the benefits of DNA research and what we can learn from them. I also used 2 articles from Time magazine. One is about gene altering. A biophysicist in China altered the genes of twin girls while they were still in their embryos inside their mom before they were even born. And one was about how blood tests can detect lung cancer. Another one I used was about how gene therapy can be used for deafness, autism genes, Parkinson's, and ALS. And then, sorry, I'm scrolling through. I used one from genome.gov, which talks about the Human Genome Research Institute, and it just talked about where we can get our research from and the prevention and treatment for the diseases. And then finally, I used a source from National Geographic that talked about how we have discovered new DNA in bones and artifacts from ancient Europe. And finally, some of the aha moments I had. I think the biggest one was the gene altering one when I was reading the article about the biophysicist in China that actually altered the genes of the twin girls before they were even born, and he was able to give them immunity to AIDS and the HIV virus. I think that was pretty wild. Oh, and another thing that I think is cool is how we can find the DNA in bones and artifacts of humans, and then we can trace those to other parts of the world and make connections. Thank you everyone for watching this, and also I put it in black and white because I look pretty terrible. Yeah. So thank you for being a fun class. Thank you, Professor PJ, for making it a good class. And good night.